saying that he wants the police to investigate further on the torture done to his son while investigations were going on. And he has actually named persons in the Air Force who have done the torture on his son. One is Major Azam, the other one is Major Ismail. Major Azam and Major Ismail, they tortured his son Tharmendran while Tharmendran was under investigations, and he wants to know why his son was tortured, and his son has filed an affidavit for the reduction of the bail. The bail is 150,000. Now the question arises, why is the bail amount so high? Now a lot of questions are arising. Is the bail set by the court so high so that to prevent Tharmendran from coming out and talking to the press, to make it difficult to talk to the public or his lawyers? Why is the bail so high? And oral applications made at the Sessions Court to reduce the bail has been rejected. Now the matter is in the High Court for review of the bail amount. But that is one part. Other questions are arising. If we look at the affidavit of Tharmendran, the major who tortured him has asked him to plead guilty, to admit not only to the 2 jet engines but to other parts, other equipments. So is this the tip of the iceberg? Is there something which we all do not know, where the top brass of the army or air force is involved, generals are involved in a major theft scam or scandal, whereby for over a long period of time spare parts from the air force have been stolen by a syndicate involving the generals, the colonels and majors, and sold to outsiders as scrap, or even worse, sold to our enemies, sold to our enemies who actually got other motive to undermine the security of the country. I think that is what we are more concerned about, more serious about, that whether the army generals and colonels and majors in the air force have been used by syndicates for, of course, reward, selling off national security items including information, not only spare parts but information. If they can sell spare parts and equipments for money, why not they sell information as well? This is the problem we are facing now, and we do not trust the army, we do not trust our police, of course, to conduct an independent, fair investigation, not only on Tharmendran but national interest as well. So I am of the opinion with my colleagues here that only a royal commission of inquiry can solve this problem, can probe and find out, get to the bottom of the issue, to find out how much of theft is involved, how many people are involved, who are the people involved. It could go right up to the defense minister. Who are the people involved? For how long this has been going on? For how long this has been going on? Who are the people who have been buying these parts from the syndicate? Who is the syndicate involved? And for how much? And for how much? So it's opening up a Pandora's box. We need to know. I am as an MP in Parliament and now appointed by the family to act for Tharmendran in the case coming up in July. We want to get to the bottom of this, because not only this, there are other cases involving jet engines. We have fighter jets in Malaysia which cannot fly, not commissioned. We do not know. I put a question in Parliament with this fund, asking the minister, what are all the equipments in our army, air force and navy which are serviceable and non-serviceable, which are being used and cannot be used? They said this cannot be answered because it involves national security. So they don't want to answer this question. So now coming back to Tharmendran, we need to know why this Major Ismail and Major Azam tortured him to admit to the guilt, saying that he must plead guilty, admit to not only the 2 jet engines but also the other parts. So what other parts? We do not know. So only a Royal Commission of Inquiry will know.
When was the torture done? When was the torture done?
Okay, the torture was all carried out last year, July. This was when Tharmendran was first arrested by the army, allegedly because he was involved in the theft of the jet engines. He was tortured over a period of almost 3 weeks. Okay, and then he filed an application for habeas corpus. Only then was he released. Then later they came and charged him. So all this was within the knowledge of the Attorney General. All this was within the knowledge of the authorities that he had been tortured severely and forced, and there was an attempt made to force him to confess. Yet they chose to charge him. Why? Okay. Now, if Mr. Tharmendran was guilty of stealing the jet engines, this is very important. If Mr. Tharmendran was guilty of stealing the jet engines, why is it necessary to torture him in order to force him to confess? If he's guilty, you have the evidence already, you should just charge him. The fact that he was tortured in order to make him confess suggests that he was not guilty at all. That somebody was trying to force him to take the fall for other people. That he's an innocent man tortured into a confession. And this happened on an army base in this country. And we're talking about Guantanamo Bay. I think the chief of the armed forces has got to reply and answer to the Malaysian public. Why is it that an armed forces personnel can be tortured severely in an armed forces base? And let me tell you what the torture was. Tharmendran, the moment he was arrested, one major stripped him to his underwear, put him in an aircon room with the aircon full blast. After that, another major put a helmet, a crash helmet on his head. Okay? Then they took a golf stick and they whacked the helmet non-stop very hard. Can you imagine what that feels like? This was the torture that they constantly subjected Tharmendran to. Put a crash helmet on his head and whack it with the golf club. Now, we have taken up many cases of police brutality. Kapal has taken up so many cases. This is the first one we've heard where you put a helmet on the head and whack with the cricket stick, the cricket bat, the golf club and all that, causing severe pain and agony and headaches and dizzy spells to the victim. Okay? After they use the golf club, later they change to cricket bat. Then they whack him on the head with cricket bat. And this is the most shocking and terrifying aspect of it. This major who was carrying out the torture then showed the helmet to our client Tharmendran and said, look at the names written on the helmet. They used marker pen to write names. He said these are the names of all the other people he has tortured using this helmet. And for every person he tortures with the helmet, he puts their name down. So the last name I think was Tharmendran's name. This happened in an army base camp in Malaysia. Okay?
Where is the army base?
Sungai Besi. Sungai Besi, which we all passed by, this was what was happening. So that's why we believe that there was a larger conspiracy that is being shut up, that is being covered up by the authorities by torturing Tharmendran in order to get him to confess and save whoever other people who may have been involved.
Yes, after seeing the report, I urge the police immediately to investigate, to form an independent body, and also which we ask for Royal Commission, and also to investigate. Ini bukan pasir, ini bukan skru. Ini jet hilang. This is a serious issue. So immediately to investigate. Bukan satu orang terlibat, memang ramai yang terlibat. So and also torture, like you see Kugan case kita ambil, satu orang aja didakwa. Dulu cakap 11 orang, sekarang macam kes ini pun sama, satu orang aja didakwa. So immediately to form an independent body to investigate. We are not going to stop here. Kita akan dapat keadilan untuk keluarga mula di sini. Selepas next week, macam tadi saya sebut, kita akan pergi ke Bukit Aman, hantar memorandum dan kita akan bawa perkara ini di Parlimen. Kita bukan nak diam diri, kita nak minta penjelasan daripada menteri. Menteri. So saya kata itu aja.
I mean, in this case, we don't only see a gross violation of somebody's human rights. There's also a gross privilege of justice probably happening right before our eyes. Right? I think I speak for a very large percent of the population when I say that when it was announced by the minister that that one Indian sergeant was being charged, I think a lot of people asked the same question: how can one Indian man, sergeant, be involved in stealing the two jet engines? It is not a one-man operation. I think I speak for all the reasonable people in Malaysia that ask the same question. So this case, right now, this police report brought forward by the father clearly indicates that there might be a bigger conspiracy at hand, and the authorities must take this seriously and answer to the public once and for all what on earth is going on. And because if the theft is not only two engines but numerous spare parts, then can you imagine the state of our national defense? What will happen if our men and women in the army are called to go to come and defend for the country, and we find out that the wings are falling off, tanks are, tracks are coming off. So we need people the government take this seriously, form a royal commission, and do a proper investigation this time.